Alright, hello, it's Kinninigan. I got a question sent from a sub. Now, I'm going to read the email I got. I got it on Notepad for privacy reasons, right? There's even some things with the pictures I can't dox because they have names on them, okay? Not a big deal. He had, here, I'm just going to read the email. I do contract work. We renovate high-end bathrooms. These pics come from our latest customer. Lots of symbols here we're very familiar with, especially having a $5,000 water filtration system so they don't drink the tap water. I don't have a $5,000 one, but I do have a water filter on my water line. So you cannot drink Philly tap water. It's not, yeah. But that has to deal with the fluoride and stuff like that. But my question was, do you think this is just some small type of private club, or are these guys the real deal? Another question I have for you is, what is the bee represent? I happen to know what the bees represent, and they have a very occultic meaning. I don't want to have to go through all the Donut Factory's YouTube videos again. I'm not familiar with that channel. The only one I know on YouTube that has Donut in his name is Donut Operator, and he's an ex-cop that does cop analysis videos. But I know it's everywhere in their culture. I'll throw you a couple bucks PayPal if you take time to answer, man. Now, I don't want people to think that you have to throw me money in PayPal to answer questions, but if he wants to support the channel, I appreciate it, man. Anything helps. I'm glad to answer all your questions. First of all, here's what he had. He saw this certificate. Now, I obviously cannot dox the name on the certificate for obvious reasons, or, you know. However, he is a life member of the quote-unquote Invisible Lodge International Incorporated, the Honorary Association of Masonic Magicians, at work under the jurisdiction of the known and unknown world. Now, what is this? These are stage magicians. And yeah, these are specifically stage magicians that happen to be, yes, you guessed it, Masons. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. This is not an authentic, quote-unquote, Masonic document from a Masonic lodge. This is something that the Invisible Lodge made themselves to give out as kind of a certificate of appreciation. Kind of like, I got a ton of these, like when I was in the Army. You get one for every school you graduate, or in school, you know, the teachers will print up things for the kids. And one of the biggest tells is the date, October 31st, 2002, because if this was an authentic Masonic document, it would have the Anno Lucius on there. What is Anno Lucius? The year of light, or the year of Lucifer. Now, because I happen to know that this certificate comes from Texas, because it has a Texas corporate stamp at the bottom here, state of Texas, I pulled up a Texas Masonic Lodge to show you what I'm talking about. So yeah, this is a real organization. It's right here. I'm going to send you this URL in response to the email with this video. But yes, this was founded in 1953. Harry Houdini, yes, Harry Houdini was a Freemason. And okay, so to typically tell you what this is, these are, yes, Masons who just also happen to be magicians. Now, magic that's performed on stage, or illusion, what is one of the biggest things a magician can't do? Tell you their secrets, right? They're not allowed to show you how the tricks are done, right? Just like when you join a secret society, you are under a blood oath for silence. So that's kind of the same thing. These are a brotherhood of Masons who happen to also be stage magicians. And they meet and probably share magic tricks. And, you know, it's a fraternity. That's exactly what it is, okay? So yeah, the Invisible Lodge is something very real. Yes, the known and unknown world. What is the unknown world? That is the esoteric world. One that is tapped into through black magic. Now, To get a little more into this, this is something I could actually make another video on because it has been proven over the years. But some magicians, some of them, not all of them, have been accused of performing stage magic with the quote-unquote assistance of demons. There is some truth to that. Not all of them, you know. But a lot of your biggest stage magicians out there, you know, I've heard Penn and Teller, who I used to love for years, and then I started seeing the symbolism with them, and they had a TV show called Fool Me. And if you ever watch the way Penn and Teller shake other magicians' hands, you can spot the Masonic handshake. Just like I saw on Pawn Stars on History Channel with Rick and his consultants that come into the shop and they're giving each other, yeah, the Masonic handshake. That's, yeah, it's right in front of your face. And he even jokes about being a quote-unquote wizard, okay? So that's what the Invisible Lodge is. Now, he also sent another picture to me, but I'm not going to show it because it was, but he had a lot of clowns in there. The idea of the clowns, okay, that is something that actually goes back to Roman times. Men and women in the elite class of Rome used to all wear cosmetics. Why? I don't know. Why did people from England wear wigs for years, right? Well, they say it was because of hair lice, right? But there's some other theories floating with that as to why the Romans and even the Egyptians were heavily into cosmetics. And yes, it was not just for women. Men actually wore cosmetics also with the white face paint. They say there's different reasons why they did it, but I never really understood. I thought, but the idea of the clowns, they also come from the idea of quote-unquote court jesters. Jester. A court jester, just to give you some insight into this, specifically with royalty, you know that you cannot just insult a king or a queen or you will be beheaded, okay? However, the court jester is allowed to, and a court jester is one of the only ones in the castle, because they're primarily in castles, kings and queens. They were the only ones during like parties for the king and queen that were allowed to joke about the royal family without being beheaded. They were given the pass as a court jester, and eventually that would evolve into the modern clowns. And there's some other sinister things going on with clowns, okay? Clowns scare some people. Some people have phobia of clowns. I'm not joking. I actually dated a girl that was petrified of clowns. She had a bad experience with. So yeah, but I'm telling you right now, if you want the answer to is this legit, yeah, you were in a Mason's bathroom. Not only are you in a Mason's bathroom, you are in a Freemason's bathroom who is a stage magician. And yes, the Invisible Lodge is a real thing. They are Freemason that are practicing magicians, okay? David Blaine, Harry Houdini, Chris Angel. I'm willing to bet you a lot of these guys are quote-unquote on the level and probably a member of this brotherhood. But this is only available. You have to be a Master Mason. And yeah, the Invisible Lodge is a legit thing. However, it's not a authentic Masonic thing, because if it was, it would have the Anno Lucius date on there, and the Anno Lucius date is this right here. Masonic calendar system. What is 1619? Anno Lucius means year of light or year of Lucifer, approximately 4,000 years before the beginning of the Common Era. So if you see an authentic Masonic document that comes from a lodge, the date is going to say AL on it, and AL stands for Anno Lucius. Again, there goes your Latin. You know, for Rome not being in power, Latin is used a lot in secret societies, medical terms, legal terms. They use a lot of Latin in, yeah, like I said, secret societies and all that. So that's where that comes from. It is the year of light, the year of Lucifer, Whereas Christians, or most basic people, we use BC or AD. BC being before Christ. Then you got some other things here. You have the Gregorian calendar, you have Anno Lucius, you have the Hebrew calendar, you have the Julian calendar, the Gregorian calendar. And there's still some theories floating around today that none of our calendars are actually accurate. And they call this era that we're in now the Vulgar era. Vulgar? Yeah. Then you have Anno Mundi, which is in the year of the world. Hey, I put, like a pun intended, I put my money where my mouth is. I said, if you ever want to learn about the Masons and you don't want to join a secret society, reach out to me because I might be able to help you. So yeah, that's what, so yeah, the organization is real, but that's not an authentic Masonic certificate, because if it was, it would have the Anno Lucius date on there, AL. And I've seen authentic Masonic certificates when I was in a Master Mason's house before. And I saw the AL on the certificate, and I didn't know what it meant. I wasn't going to ask him. I was dating his daughter at the time. Shh. This is one of the reasons why I got into doing what I do. This is about, this is going on about, wow, almost 20 years ago when I did. So, yeah, it happens. When you meet a lot of women, they don't tell you right up front, oh, yeah, my dad's a Master Mason. Yeah, they... So you go meet Dad, and I tucked tail and got out of that family real quick. But yeah, I saw some of the authentic Masonic certificates, and they will say AL on them. See, AL on Masonic certificates, plaques, and building cornerstones. You'll see that. I did a video on my other channel. I obviously lost it, but I have another sub of mine who works in construction, ironically. And they tore down a building that had a cornerstone on it. And he asked me, is this a Masonic cornerstone? I said, yeah. And it had the AL on there, in the year of light. So, as a reminder, if you're ever looking at an authentic Masonic document, it will have the year of light on there, which is a 4,000 year difference than our current. And they say it's just the year of light. Light is Lucifer in their pantheon. Okay, that's the one thing they're not going to tell you, because they come off as a Christian fraternity. Yeah. So what is the symbol of the bees? Okay. Well, the bee, I'm going to read you this. This is the basic, and you'll understand why they use bee symbolism. Okay. Another symbol that they use in secret societies, this is pertaining to the Transformers, is the ladybug. Okay? Why is the ladybug used? Because a ladybug, although most people think it's female, is actually male. Did you know that? Hence the ladybug symbol. And they will use that on a lot of Transformers. They will use that symbol, especially on children. When you know the truth about that symbol, it makes you really sick, because it's basically saying, I am a... A lot of people think ladybugs are female when they're actually the male version of the species. Makes sense? So what is the symbol of the bee? Bee symbolism and meaning. And I'll send all these links to you in a reply email and a link to this video when I upload it to YouTube, okay? Of course, when one thinks of the bee, the images that come in mind: vibrantly colored flowers, the taste of sweet honey, and a gentle buzz, which forms the ambient music of springtime. These images are all powerful associations which are highly connected with bees. However, there is far more to these insects than just honey and flowers. Now, here's where your answer is. For ancient Druids, the bee represented hidden knowledge. Some Celtic traditions thought of bees as messengers between our world and the other world. Okay? Our world and the other world. Go back to this website. Jurisdiction of the known and unknown world. Makes sense now? There's your answer right there. What is the other world? That's the esoteric world that's tapped into through the use of black magic, the demonic realm. It was subsequently thought that if one's soul were to leave their body, it could do so in the shape of a bee. The Greeks, too, believed that bees might be the human souls awaiting reincarnation or birth. Because of their role in the reproductive process of flowers, bees are often associated with fertility, sexuality, and prosperity, which is like basically the equivalent of what Ishtar is in their, she's the fertility goddess in their pantheon. The complex and organized social hierarchy of the bee and the efficiency with which bees and hives operate also connects these insects with virtues such as industriousness, community, modesty, humility, and a strong work ethic. Also, notice that word there, hive. Alpha Draconians themselves work on a parasitic hive-like system. Then you got other symbolism throughout. You have the bee symbolism in Christianity. But the symbolism that's going to pertain to the Masons is going to be the Druidic one for obvious reasons, representing hidden knowledge, fertility, and as being messengers of both our world and the other world. Not the underworld, the other world, quote unquote. As above, so below. And then you'll notice with bees, there is a duality of the black and yellow, right? So yeah, that's the occultic meaning of the bees. I hope I answered all your questions here. I'm just going to call the sub D. I'm not going to dox your personal information or anything, but I'm going to upload this video to YouTube and email you back a link, including all these websites if you want to go, theinvisiblelodge.org and the Anno Lucius thing. Yeah, this is just something I know that if I'm looking at a document of Masons, the AL should be on there. But the Invisible Lodge is a real organization, and so to answer your question, you worked on the bathroom of not only a Mason, a Master Mason, but also someone who is a magician. Yeah, and it's a legit international organization who are practicing stage magicians. And remember the whole thing with stage magicians being based on quote-unquote secrecy and the whole thing about that. And I would love to do, you know what, that's an excellent topic, is I want to do a video of some magicians that have been accused of, because it's on film, of using demons in their practice. Something very something kind of truthful about that. And it also comes with the idea of the hidden hand. Watch what the, you know, and that's like the whole thing with like sleight of hand magic, right? They keep you distracted with one thing as they're doing something else. Well, that is the whole way they operate, isn't it? Just like in mainstream media, when there's something going on that they don't want to, you paying attention to, they distract you with stuff, right? False flags. That's the word I'm looking for, false flag. Same thing. Watch what the other hand is doing. And, I mean, the main tactic, how do magicians keep people distracted on stage? Well, they do it with women in sexy outfits. Why? Because a sexy woman, half naked on stage, is not only going to definitely get the attraction and the attention of men, it will also get the attraction of women. Women know this. Come on. Women, it's not above them to say, okay, she's pretty good looking, like, yeah, if I went that way, I'd date her, right? That's the whole point of them using the half-naked magicians on stage, to distract you while they're doing something else. But for the most part, the same fundamental principles that are there for the Masons, the oath of silence and secrecy, is kind of the same principles that stage magicians are using to keep their trade secrets among themselves. Right? They're not allowed to come out and explain how the tricks are done, or right. It's supposed to be secret. The only difference is the way magic is spelled. Magic is the way it is spelled for stage magic. However, the occult magic is magick, and the K is silent. That is indicative of black magic. So it depends how magic is spelled. This is just, here, I'll read it right at the top. An honorary association of Masonic magicians at work under the jurisdiction of the known and unknown world. And then, alright, events. Yeah, like they got a Houdini event. I'm guessing Houdini's a Freemason. I think I already knew that one. Alright. Yeah, of course Houdini was... Of course he was a Mason. There was no doubt about that, ever. Who can attend? All Master Masons in good standing. That means that you hit the 32nd degree in the Scottish Rite, or you made it to the 3rd degree in the York Rite. Not only do you have to be a Mason, you have to be a quote-unquote Master Mason. And I'm willing to bet this is not just a meeting for some... let's just meet up, have dinner, and explain stage magic to each other. You got a bunch of Masons meeting in secret. What else do you think is really going on there? They're having this meeting in Long Beach, California this year. Good luck. Hey, if you live in Long Beach, California, come around July 16th, 2023. Keep your children off the street. You didn't hear that from me. Sorry, I'm a little congested today. That's all. So yeah, this is legit, and this is what the Invisible Lodge is. Okay. And this is the Scottish Rite. All proceeds from this event will be donated to the 2023 Grand Masters Charity. This is how you do money laundering. The California Masonic Foundation Trade School Scholarship Fund. Yeah. And the Long Beach Scottish Rite Center Building Fund. Okay, yeah, whatever. So yeah, I hope I answered all your questions there. And to anyone else, yeah, the year of Lucifer, Anno Lucius, and that would be what's on a authentic Masonic document, is the AL. Here, let me see if I can show you one real quick. Hell, I've seen these documents in real life. So here's an authentic Masonic certificate right here. It should have the Anno Lucius on it. Where's the date? Where is the date? Brother, Okay. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Kenny knows his stuff, don't worry. December. You see this right here? On the 16th day of December, AL59. Anno Lucius, year of Lucifer. 1936. But in Anno Lucius, it's year 59. There's a 4,000 year difference or so, whatever. I actually think it's a reference to when Lucifer was kicked out of heaven, when the fallen angels came down, more or less, right? But any authentic Masonic document is going to have the AL on there. Now I can show the name on this because this is on Google. I just did a Google search, right? But any authentic Masonic, yeah, that's going to have the AL on there. Anno Lucius. The year of Lucifer. If it's authentic. Who puts their birth certificate online? I don't know. Oh yeah, Barack Obama did. That was floating around for years. Remember that? So I wouldn't call this a side order of the Masons, the Invisible Lodge, but it's definitely a real thing. They are master Masons who also are stage magicians. That's all. Hope I answered your question. If anyone else can support the channel, all the links are in the description. I do read my emails. Sometimes I don't respond to them right away or whatever, but I think I answered everything in his questions there, plus a little more. But that's the symbolism of the bee. This is what the Invisible Lodge is, and how to spot an authentic Masonic document. It will have the year of Lucifer on it under AL. So if you ever see AL on a date on a document, that stands for Anno Lucius. However, our BC is not in Latin. It's before Christ, which is English. Interesting, right? Any questions or comments, leave them below. God bless and take care.